Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 1 of our Revell 71 Plymouth HEMI Cuda 426 kit. Hey, I got a lot done, but it really doesn't look like it. But I want to go through from where I am right here with some of the ideas that I got for our next update. So let me get the guys out of the way. We even have security today. He showed up again. Ooh, sorry about that, Lee. We're going to put everybody in the bin, including Daisy. So let's start with the body here. I'm going to bring you in just a smidge. I took some time. I decided we're going white instead of every other color that I thought about, including the Hull red. But what I did with this is I decided, since it was such a good mold, that I'm not even going to paint it. Somebody on the Facebook group asked, and I guess they were made fun of for not painting their kit. And I said, yeah, what the heck? If it's the color you want, go with it. You can do just as good with that. I mean, shoot, think of all the steps that it saves and messing up. But that's what I did here, is I took this and I started with 2,000 grit sand here, well, no, really, I started with 400 and did all the mold lines and got all them taken care of. And then I worked my way all the way up to 5,000 grit sandpaper. And I sanded everything down, and then I went in with Tamiya's polishing compound, and I used the coarse and the fine on this, and it looked really pretty darn good just with that. And then I went over and I used the acrylic clear, and I gave it one coat. This is one coat of that acrylic clear. And I did put it on pretty good. I mean, I wasn't shy about putting it on, but that's one coat over plastic. So yeah, you don't need to paint if it's the color you want it to be. Just need to do a lot of prep work, and it came out really good. I'm happy with it. The front clip came out great. Not picking up the light for some reason, but it's as shiny as the body is. And look at the fit on that. I was going to glue this thing together, but I can drop it on there and make it fit like that every single time. So I decided it'd be a lot easier to paint all this in here with this in my hand instead of holding this. The other thing you see is the mirrors are on. I'm starting to do this more often with kits that the mirrors are going to be the same color as the car. I can locate them, I can glue them on really tight, and then paint around them. It's not that hard to turn the brush and come in this way and then back around that way and get a good coat of paint on everything. And now I know that these aren't going to break off. Really, I can break them off, no problem. But with normal, like after I'm done with it and you're trying to put it in a box or put it on a shelf and you bump it, and now you got to find a mirror somewhere in the middle of the floor. But that's why those are on. My hood, it also clear coated really nice. I mean, really nice. I love that clear. You want a high gloss? It's in the description. This is the way to go. And that's supposed to be for taxidermy. So how about that? Well, there's the hood. And then I'll show you what it looks like when you forget to clear coat. That's what that looked like after I was done polishing it and everything. So I went from there to that with one coat of that mist. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go and destroy the spray brush again, or the airbrush, just to get one coat on this. So my next session, I'll do that first, and then we'll go from all the other colors. But here's the body, and I'm telling you, I can't believe that fit. Doing some research, I found out that the chassis is pretty much the same color as the car. So what I'll do is I'll highlight paint everything. I'll do the fuel. I don't know if you're going to be able to see those here, but the fuel lines, the brake lines, and all that, I'll paint up. I'll do as much detail work as I can. Then I'll do a dry brush on here to dirty it up a little bit. It's going to be a driver. Even though it goes to this show, the bottom will get a little bit dirty. We'll do some rusting on the exhaust. Yeah, the exhaust is molded in, but it's not bad. This doesn't dive way down inside. So the exhaust kind of fits. It'll be easy to paint. Um, Even though it's white, it's not a big deal. The tips are going to be chromed out, but that's my plans with that, is just to pretty much leave it go. It's already pretty flat, especially compared to the body. So there's no sense in me going nuts over it if I'm doing it properly. I honestly really, really want to paint the thing black, but we're going to go with what it was supposed to be and just leave it the white. And I got a bunch of pictures of a car that was on a gimbal upside down, so I can match this out really well. Because there is, like up here in the fender wells, there's some black in there. So we'll do those. There's a little square rubber pieces that go back in here that we'll do. And then, you know, the aluminum and the straps and then the exhaust work and all that. But we'll make it as right as we can, and then we're going to dirty it up. The frame, or the frame, the front suspension is also, this piece was white, and then all this is painted with the metallic, and these were actually black in it. And I'll have those pictures. I'll show them. I don't even have them off my phone yet, and you're looking at my phone. So, but I'll show those next update. After I paint this, we'll match them out and see how close I can fail. Now to the big honking engine. Like I said, I got a lot done, but not a lot done. The 426 is a nice engine. It's huge, but it's molded well. The fuel pump's molded on. The starter's molded on. No problem with that. We'll pull out the tiny brush and detail them up. But it all went together pretty much quick and easy seams. I got the intake put on. I am going to use an aftermarket distributor just because it looks better scale, and it's already pre-drilled, so I can lazy out a little bit. Because I have a couple more plans with this that we'll talk about here in a minute. The valve covers, I opted to strip them. We're going to go for the engine. We're going to do the mix that I made, the Mopar mix. And I want the satin black valve covers on that, just to highlight it, give something, a little bit of interest to it too. So the engine is just glued. I got to get it in the paint booth, but check out the alternator. This kit, I mean, for a low parts kit, it's got high parts detailing. You could do a lot and make this thing look really good. But all I did here is I used gold leaf, painted the inside. Gold leaf, I did it with copper one time because figuring, okay, it's copper wire. It didn't look good to scale. So I opted to go with the gold on that, and it just looks better. And then over the top of that is just flat aluminum. Not a little over dry brushing, because I wanted it to kind of wrap around these little fins in here, but not cover that, the wires or the coil for it. But there is that. Looks great. Good detail on the carbs. I haven't done anything but flat aluminum. I'll pull out my titanium gold and we'll do some up. I got to drill some stuff out for my vacuum advance and things like that, and the throttle and all that, because we're going to detail this thing up. I mean, the hood opens. I got time. It's not like I'm in a hurry to do in my next build, so we're going to detail these things up. Like dashboard, still white. It's going to be black. I am doing a white interior, but it's that white black interior. So here's the pan. I painted this with my just acrylic black. Nothing fancy, straight out of the dollar store. That thing's probably 15 years old, if not older than that. No, it's got to be older. It's almost 20 years old now, and it's still going strong. So you can't get the accent color anymore. But Folk Art Apple Barrel, it's just a flat black is all it is. Um, but I wanted the white interior, but I didn't want it to be white, if that makes sense. I wanted to show the leather inside. You know what I mean? I just wanted to make it to where it wasn't the same white, because there's 9 million different kinds of white, as Lennis had told me the other day. So what I did is I took my tapioca, which I seem like I'm using this more and more, and this is 20 years old too, and I think it's about that much of it is solid, so I got about this much paint left. But I've been using that. I mixed it in a spoon with a bunch of water and kind of just wash painted the white. Now it's super flat, no detail, you can't really see much, but it is a different color. You can see that over the camera. And now once I come back here and I do some panel liner somehow, because I can't use black, obviously, I have dark gray, which is pretty dang dark. But what I'll do is I'm going to come over this whole thing with one coat of quick shine, just to seal everything up. And then we'll hit it with this. Even though it's dark, I want it to settle down into those ribs, easy for me to say, all the way around. And then I'm going to wipe it out as soon as I can, just to give it that, so you can see, you can actually see what you're looking at here. The seat, I did the same things with the seats, but what I did is I just did the tapioca on the cushion side of it and left the white in the back. So there is a difference in color. I'm looking for the other seat here so you can see front to back. So there is a definite different color, and it'll show up in there just by using that little bit tapioca and off-white. I think that's going to make a big difference once it's finished. I did the engine. The rims, they almost went in the stripper. But I decided, let's see what I can do with it, just with what I have, without stripping it, because I did want the chrome ring to be bright chrome. So what I did is I painted the center the center hub, where, the plastic part, titanium silver. And then I painted the outer ring just Tamiya's flat gray. Let me reach and I'll get it. Just sky gray. And I have this from when I painted a Tomcat 15 years ago. And it's still good. And then the little openings, I was thinking about drilling them out, but that's right where everything glues up, and I didn't want the glue to ooze backwards on it. So I just used panel liner in there, and then the little panel liner around the nuts. And you know what? I'm really happy with that. I got the good reflection. I got the two tones between the gray and the titanium gold, or titanium silver. So I think those are going to look good. And then we kept going. The taillights got a coat of clear red, and then a coat of flat white. And then I came back with my Tamiya's, my Gallery's paint pen, the aluminum, and I did all the lines. So I didn't even have to be neat. I just painted everything hard, and then came back after it dried and did the lines in there. And then I wasn't thinking, because I did the panel liner on the backup lights and wiped that off, and I thought, well, that's going to wipe off that aluminum, and it didn't. It was dry on there. Man, if I did that with my gel pens or anything like that, that would have been gone. But it's still on there, so I like this Tamiya's paint pens. They're doing me very well. I also painted, I know it doesn't show it in the instructions. I've looked at enough builds to where if the sun's hitting those right, it shows the orange, and I wanted to show that. And really all it is in there is there's an orange bulb behind it. but I just wanted to show it off. That's the turning signals. They'll go in the front, add a little bit of, just a little bit of color to a lot of white. But there is that. This piece will go around. It's pretty neat. It kind of goes up and in the back and glues in flat to this piece and kind of locks it. And this piece kind of goes up in here flat underneath and around and kind of locks everything together. And I'm hoping that when I do that, that's going to be my next chore for tonight, is this one here. Gee whiz, a Batman. But I'm hoping that when I do that and I get the chassis mated up, and we'll find this out tonight, that without this in place, I'll be able to put a battery in here. If I can, and I don't have to do a whole bunch of work to make it fit in there, I can put a magnet on this and set it up to where somehow the magnet pulls against the back of here after this is mated up like this. Because this goes in over those exhaust pieces. So I can find a place where the magnet will lock that in. But I'm hoping that gives me enough room to sneak that battery back in the back here. Because if it does, I want to light the headlights on this. Just one more thing, you know, to have fun with and get the most out of my kits. I also have a few other things that I want to try if I can light it. So I'm excited to light something here real quick. Where'd we go? I just lost my train of thought completely. So, yeah, I guess that's it. The only other thing I did was I painted the mirror semi-gloss black in the back. We're already at that years where it was mandatory to have that, or it wasn't the chrome. So that's it. Everything else has just been clean and ready for paint. And I guess with that, I can let you go. So I thank you for watching. If you get a chance, check out Automotive Model Car Livecast. They're on Thursday nights. I just watched them last night, but I fell asleep before they were on and had to watch them afterwards. Sorry, guys. I wanted to be there. But check them out. And also, don't forget to thank your vets and all your first responders, because if they don't do what they're doing, we can't do what we're doing. And with that, I'll let you go. Y'all have a great day and a better tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching.